Hey Kat, I'm just doing a little video for you today. Bought this little thing because I gave it to a dude in a kit. This Coghlan's fire starter. And this is what it is. It looks like there's a magnesium bar with a little striker there, and it comes with a little striker, you know. The thingamabob comes with this little whatever, ball bearing little rope thing to start a fire. So obviously how this works is you scrape this magnesium off and it's easier to start the fire. And then you hit it with this flint here and it starts the fire. So we're going to try this out. I don't know. This is a pretty solid block, and it's maybe not as quickly flammable as, let's say, a fire tinder or cotton ball with Vaseline, because it takes work to scrape this off, but we're going to demonstrate this also. I'm going to see if it actually starts a fire. I'm going to go out in the bush outside my window here, back in there. See how deep the snow is. It's kind of crazy, but I'm going to walk back in there. There's a dead tree that's fell down for about 2 years. It's a pine tree. And I'm going to use that to start the fire. I'm going to start the fire right here in the kitchen. Well, not in the kitchen, in the living room on this piece of wood. I'm going to use that to cut the wood. I'm going to use this little open all number 8 to shave it down a little bit. And I'm going to use that little saw here, backhoe saw, and cut the wood. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do right now. And you just got to see how flammable this magnesium is. I know it is, but it takes work to do this. So we're gonna go through the process. So I'll take you along through the journey. Right, talk to you soon. Okay, Kat, I'm just heading out. It's only minus, I think, 26 outside right now. I don't know what it is with the wind chill, but it's pretty frickin' cold. We're gonna head around to the backyard, and I'm gonna go to that fallen tree I showed you earlier, and we'll give it a go. So I'm just going to get us situated, and there we go. We're off and running. Snow is deep, boys. I walked out here to give some birds some food, but here we go. Hit all the birds. Holy man. That's where we be going. Yeah, that's where we're gonna go. Now the fun begins, because it's gonna be deep. Those are actually chairs, and this is me going through the snow here. Here it is. That's how deep this crap is, man. So we're just gonna look at this. This is work. You know, I could have got some birch, but as you know, I'm gonna be cold when I get done this. Birch is so easy to ignite, so it really won't test that magnesium striker so much, but pine will be different. So show you where we're heading into right now. That's where we're heading in, and this is where we're going through to get that wood. Just want to get that dead standing stuff just for the fun of it. Well, I only got the machete and this little saw, which that's all I need. And here we go. Here's the dead tree, and we're gonna pretend this is what we're gonna get the wood from. So I'm gonna get to work getting it, and we'll see you in a few. So I'm right at the tree here, and we're just gonna go to work on this tree here a little bit, and you can see how deep it is in the snow, and I'm just gonna take a branch. Really, we don't need much. And this has been dead. This tree has been dead for, I think, 2 years now. So this is freestanding dead. It's pine. I'm gonna take this in. I'm gonna take this in and give it a go. So what I'm gonna do when I take this inside is I'll turn this into something a little more manageable. Just gonna use the open all because the open all's, you know, whatever. But I think if I just even use this much, and we'll just get into shaving. I'm not gonna make a real big fire. Just want to try to ignite something this fat, that magnesium, because that's something pretty reasonable you'd have to do out in the bush if you had to start a fire. Like, I could use all these little twigs, but I'll bring some of these. I'll bring this in the house and we'll process this up and take it from there. So yeah, it's minus whatever, 26 and whatever. So talk to you soon. It's just kind of crazy how deep the snow is this year. Like, I'm standing on top now, but see, I just drop, boys, just drop. And it's deep and it's cold. It's deep and it's cold. Wearing my dad's hat too today. So I think it's wolfskin, but anybody who knew my dad knew he wore this hat. So I'm wearing this hat today. Super warm. See you soon. And so, just so I show you what we got here, this is inside the living room table, which my wife doesn't like too much, but that's okay. So we're gonna get rid of this machete and we'll cut the wood. And we're just gonna be using this open all. Get rid of this saw, don't need that. And we're gonna use the Coghlan starter and its striker. Use the ethanol to get this big piece of wood done, and then we'll see if it works, starts a fire. So I'm going to start chopping up this wood here a little bit just to get it going here to see what I would start the fire with if I had this logs on here. Like, this stuff is pretty brittle in that. You can break it up, but I don't know how you break this up more. I'm going to make a mess. I'm going to have to use the vacuum after this, I'm sure. This stuff is messy. But if I were to get a pile, and if I was outside, I just don't want to be, I would kind of do this, I think, to get my little pile of wood and get some small stuff here. You know, I'm going to still have to do this stick too. But anyways, you guys sort of get the picture of what I'm doing here. I'm going to break this up. I guess I didn't need that big log, but that's kind of what I would be doing. I would be just putting this together. And you can hear the bread maker. My daughter's making bread. So there you go. There you go. Anyways, you get the picture. I'll get you back when you don't have to watch me do this tedious work, but anyways, this is just the first part of me doing this. Okay, so what prompted this video was there's this dude, and I made him a survival kit because he didn't have a survival kit, and inside the survival kit I put one of these Coghlan fire starters and this like flint and steel thing, and I gave him this knife. So I shouldn't use the Opinol number 8, but I use this Opinol number 8 every day. But I won't. I should use this because we're gonna see how dull this thing. This is like a $20 knife. I don't know where the hell it was made, but I don't even. It's a Frost, some sort of Frost knife, cheap, whatever. But you know, you throw it in the first aid kit that you're gonna throw in the garage, take on an everyday hike. Who cares, right? It's awesome. So we're gonna use this to peel off some of the magnesium on this Coghlan's fire starting thingamabob and process the rest of this wood. You can see right now I just made this little pile. Like if you were outside, what else would you use if you couldn't find birch bark, right? So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna start. I'll continue working up this wood, and then get you back when we do the Coghlan's fire starter thing. Just so you know about this cheap little Frost knife, I don't even know where I got it, but I gave it to the dude. I'm sure it's not full tang or anything like that, but it's a cheap knife. When I tested it before I gave him the knife, I took this thing and I beat it on my workbench with a hammer, and I just pummeled the crap out of this and dulled the shit out of the blades and resharpened it, and it's like razor sharp. You can shave with it, so it's not that bad of a knife. So it'll get by in a pinch. It'll totally do the job. So right now you can see there's flex in it, but anyways, I'm just getting really as small as stuff as I can right now. So I'll be back to you in a sec. Okay, so I created this little pile. I mean, great. We're gonna need the vacuum, obviously. Created this little pile. Now we're gonna take down this magnesium stick, and now that takes a lot of effort, man. That takes a lot of effort. I do not know. This doesn't scrape off anything, but yeah, it doesn't even sound nice doing it. That's how you take this magnesium off. Well, this would take a long time, so I'm gonna get a pile of this, but you can see this doesn't come off easy. And you can feel sort of what it does to the knife there a little bit, but you'll see, trying to get off little flakes of magnesium like that's a lot of work compared to me just pulling out a cotton ball with Vaseline on it or a quick fire tint. I mean, what would you do? I would use that stuff. It's a whole lot less work. This here, like I'm putting a lot of force into that. Unless somebody knows a better method that I don't. I mean, that's a ton of work. So now my daughter's gonna try, Catherine's gonna try, don't cut your fingers off, to get shavings off. Just to give you a test, like, it's quite difficult. So there it is, her'd even do it. Was it hard, Cat? She's not gonna talk. But yeah, it's quite difficult getting the shavings off. So what's gonna be the nice thing is to see if I actually get a spark. Nice thing is this is completely waterproof. Well, you see when it hits, well, you see, that's taking quite a lot of effort. And you can see the magnesium striking, but you need a bigger pile. So we're gonna go to work. So there we go. That's me sparking it, getting a lot of this crap in here, but We're gonna try this. Get a spark into that little pile. Well, you can see how long I've been working on this. This would be absolutely no fun. I think I would just go and do something totally different. I would probably not use this. And I would probably, what I decided to do instead, like this little brick, like it's hard to take. What we're gonna do instead is I've got, this is out of a fire line, or this Survival XL power cord. There's some of their jute. I'm just gonna pull that out. I'm gonna get that all splayed out, and I'll see if that's a way better way to start a fire. And I already know that this is, because I've done videos on this before, but we'll see how much time this takes, because this is way better than that Coghlan's. Actually, the dude I gave this to, I'm going to tell him to just use this, and it's good. It's pretty thick to hold the striker with. But I think I will get him a better alternative. I'll just give him some paracord with that XL paracord and get him to use that, because that's way better than that stuff. Because that stuff, like Coghlan's, like you gotta work so much, man. Why do you want to work that hard to start a fire? I don't. I'd rather do it like this, and it's kind of like nobody's business, right? So let's hit that, see if we can get that to go. Well, there we go. So if we wanted to start a fire, and hopefully I don't start off the alarm in the house, that's how quick it is using a decent method, which is that Survival Cord X. Don't do nothing. Okay, so there's my fire. My camera got too hot. I guess it was too close to the flame, but you can see, can I have that Coghlan's thing back? You can see that this stuff is a much better method than one of these Coghlan fire starter, magnesium fire starter. I think I would just never use one of these unless I don't know how to do it. Maybe I'll watch YouTube and see if there's a better way. But right now, I don't think there's a better way. So I would not use this method. However, this knife worked good. And we'll sharpen this up. It does actually still retain a lot of the sharpness. Okay, so that's the video. Coghlan's, I'd say no. Unless somebody can show me a better way. Just get some cotton balls with Vaseline or quick fire tinders or something that's much less work. This is a ton of work. All right, that's it, Kat. Have a nice day.